Hi guys, welcome to the channel. Now this is a tier list video and this is for May 2024. I just gotta let you know the time I'm making this tier list, and the Elementalist hasn't been nerfed at this point in time, so it's still overpowered. Hopefully after this video it will be nerfed and we will revisit this video and give a proper tier list as well for that stage of the game. Now keep in mind that this isn't about will or all this kind of stuff. I'm just imagining everyone is free to play because that's what I'm more experienced in, and then I will imagine everyone is the same strength and the same level. And I'm also imagining you've unlocked all 15 classes currently available in the game, and that means you are probably above the level 90s to unlock all of them. So that's what this tier list is for. This isn't for the level below level 90s, but we are talking about complete 15 classes, so that's for higher levels. Keep that in mind, please keep that in mind, guys. Without talking so much, let's jump right into the tier list. Enjoy the video. Alright, so here we are in tier maker and we have all 15, I think it's 15 of our classes. I'm going to zoom in here on the screen because it's kind of small for me over here. I hope it's a lot bigger in the final video. Now we're going to go according to how best I remember the classes being released, all the way from Blademaster to the Elementalist. And without wasting too much time, let's jump right into it. So first I'm going to put Blademaster right here as 8 here. Blademaster is still coping, still doing quite alright, but Elementalist pushed it down from the S tier. It just doesn't have enough to be as, like, you know, the S tier as the Elementalist also. So next we have the Assassin. Assassin is kind of funny enough. The Assassin right now is kind of a little above the Blademaster.
What?
Listen, just hear me out, guys. This isn't about, well, it is kind of about survivability, because right now, due to the Elementalist, this class is way too broken. I think the Assassin is kind of the only class, one of the few classes rather, that can survive the Elementalist and, you know, do a lot more in PvP against the Elementalist because of the immunity shields and because of the crystal, just all those healing, invisibility, and high damage that it has after the buff it received. So because of the meta as well, right now the Elementalist has not been nerfed in this tier list, so hopefully it will be nerfed like maybe 1 month or 2 months after this tier list video. So that will be amazing, because right now the Elementalist destroys everything. I'm going too far. So for now, the Assassin right here, the Blademaster A tier as well. The Soul Dancer, oh, it's just all the way in the C tier. It is pretty fun and pretty good, but I don't want to drop it in the D tier because kind of this is non-existent. All classes are kind of fun and useful. They have their own use. But the Soul Dancer in the lower levels is superbly useful. If we're talking about the lower levels, that's the level 60, below the level 70s, I'll drag the Soul Dancer all the way up here to A tier or even S tier, because as free to plays you can just use the Soul Dancer in battlegrounds and rank high. You can use it in dungeon, everyone will accept you, and then you could also use it in PvP. It won't be that bad, but it's gonna lose to the Blademasters, but it is still pretty great. But we are not doing or talking about the lower levels. So once you unlock all the classes, the Soul Dancer is very weak. Please take note about that. And now let's move on to Gunslinger. The Gunslinger is a lot better than the Soul Dancer. It's at the B tier because of the damage it does. It is pretty good. Same with the Fighter. Fighter is kind of B tier, but it's better than the Soul Dancer because it can defeat the Soul Dancer. Actually, in the current meta, I think the Soul Dancer ranks the lowest, and then you have the Fighter, and then we'll go to others. Now for the Reaper is all the way at S tier still. There's a reason for this. If people use the Reaper properly, if you do use the Reaper properly, you do have a chance of lasting the longest than any other class in this game against the Elementalist. And everyone is using the Elementalist and the Shadow Fencer. So yeah, the Reaper is right up there. This just proves that, you know, I was right. The Reaper is awesome. Yeah, the Reaper is pretty cool. And then we have the Puppeteer. Puppeteer is right up there, a little above the Fighter. It is quite tanky and the bleeds are insane. You know, I could even put it up here above the Gunslinger because Puppeteer is pretty awesome. But in the current meta of the Elementalist, the Puppeteer just falls off so hard because, yeah, Elementalist, Shadow Fencer. The only reason why the Puppeteer I might rank it close to A tier will be because of the shadow fencer. And if you are lucky enough, if you are lucky, I mean this, enough to put the bleed on the shadow fencers, then yeah, you've done pretty well as a puppeteer, because then you can spam your bleeds on your laceration, and you could even watch them kill themselves if you pull the blade off properly, especially against a non-experienced shadow fencer, or maybe someone that lags enough or they just messed up at that moment. But for now, B, that's the main reason why the puppeteer is up here. And then we have the Phantom Sound just right up here with the Soul Dancer, more or higher than the Soul Dancer, because it's stronger than the Soul Dancer. No offense, the Phantom Sound is stronger than Soul Dancer. Let me let you guys know, Soul Dancer was my favorite class, it and the Assassin, when I started this game. So I am not dunking on the Soul Dancers or anything. It's just the current state of the game. It sucks for Soul Dancers. Let's just put it like that. It sucks. Try using Soul Dancer in PvP or PvE. Any of these other classes does a lot better than it. Heck, even the Assassin can probably survive dungeons without the Soul Dancer at this point. I have soloed most dungeons as an Assassin. I have soloed most dungeons as a Reaper. So I don't really see the value of the Soul Dancer at this point. But at the lower levels, it is amazing. But right now, no, it doesn't work well. Next, we have the Illusionist right here. So I'm going to drag the Illusionist all the way to 8 here, right before the Blademaster is right. It is pretty good, but right now almost everybody can escape the cage, which was the strongest advantage it had, and then the damage is still crazy good, but not as good as other classes. Okay, so this cannot one-shot you as much as before. It's been nerfed a little, but it is still crazy good. The problem is every other class above it, that is the Blademaster, the Assassin, and the Reaper, they can defeat this quite easily. So the Illusionist 8 here, good, but doesn't break any boundaries or so. Then we have the Floramancer. The Floramancer is gonna be right here before, or before the Puppeteer and the Gunslingers, battling with them right down there. So all these classes here, they can kind of defeat each other depending on how you use them, but they will find it a little difficult to defeat any of these classes above them or in the higher tiers. That's just kind of how it will be. The Floramancer's strength comes from its poison, which is crazy good. So it's not bleed, but it is poison. There's difference between both of them, and it does have a high damage, but its animation or slow animation and the slowness of its skills to actually do their final damage or their final effect makes it a little weaker than the other classes. If it does its animation super fast, a lot of people will not be able to dodge it, and if its skills actually trap people immediately, or like maybe let's say 1.5 seconds, then it would have been a lot easier for this class. But right now, once you throw the flower, everybody sees the flower, they run away from your flower, so you can't trap them. When they see you teleport to them, they know you want to do your big skill, so they run away from you before you actually are able to deal the final fatal blow. So that's the problem with the Floramancer. Very strong, but slow. Then we have the Skateboarder. Skateboarder is also all the way up here, a little above the Puppeteer as well. Puppeteer can defeat the Skateboarder, but the shields of the Skateboarder can kind of negate the bleed a little, to some extent. But the Puppeteer can probably defeat them. But the fighter, Skateboarder, I don't know if the fighter can defeat the Skateboarder because of the shield it has, the heals it has, and all those stuff. If they are the same rating, it might be a little close fight, but it will be probably a fun fight to see. But now it cannot defeat any of the classes up here if they are the same rating. Keep in mind, guys, same rating and stuff. I doubt it will be able to defeat all the other classes up here. Now we have Visioneer. Visioneer is all the way up here above, close. I can just rank it together with the Illusionist, okay? Because the damage of this class is amazing. That's one thing that is lovely of the Visioneer. But the problem is the other classes that are damaged. Let's just put it like that. And these classes up here above the Visioneer are kind of its weakness. So the Blademaster won't receive that much damage for the Visioneer. It can, but it won't. If they are the same rating, it will be a little difficult. The Assassin can just, crystal immunity. If it receives the damage, it heals itself back if they are the same rating. Unless you one hit kill the Assassin and the Reaper, like one turn, one combo, immediately wipe them out. As a Visioneer, it's gonna be quite difficult, which is possible for the Visioneer if you do all your combos well, stun them from the beginning, and then use your execute on them, and it procs If everything procs properly, your dragon, cocoon, everything procs properly, you can do that. But it's kind of like a critical hit in Pokemon and stuff, so it's not easy to obtain, but when it happens, it's amazing. Then finally we have the Shadow Fence. The Shadow Fence is going all the way up here before the Reaper. One of the highest damage dealing class in the game. It's insane. It has one of the fastest attack speed as well, and the movement speed of this class is also insanely high. So this can literally kill you even if you are the same rating. In less than 10 seconds you can die to a Shadow Fencer. If you are not careful, any of these other classes down here can die to the Shadow Fencer if you're not careful, maybe except the Blademaster. The Blademaster has a little leisure to be a little more reckless as long as they have Void on. You must have Void on. If not, this can also kill you super fast. So super fast, high damage, lot of speed. You can just go auto and play this class. It is way too strong. Even after everything that has been going on and after how long it has been, it is still one of the strongest classes in the game. Then we have the Yasai. Yasai is all the way up here. I'm trying to see if I should put it with the Blademaster, like before or after the Blademaster. When the Yasai came out, it was super crazy. I'll just lump it in with the Blademaster together. It was super crazy. It was an amazing class with a lot of damage. It still is, and I can still see myself putting it as an S class. But if I do put this as an S class, it is going to be the lowest tier in S, because the other S classes can defeat this quite easily, and it just doesn't compare. Maybe it was because of how new it was, but right now almost everybody's used to the Yasai. We already know what to dodge, what to not dodge, and I think maybe it has been nerfed, so it isn't as strong as it used to be. Maybe it's just me, but the Yasai isn't doing as amazing as it used to do in damage compared to some of the other classes. Even in PvP, you would notice a lot of people rather use the Shadow Fencer than the Yasai. I mean, the 10 seconds, and this can probably also kill you in 10 seconds, but it needs a lot of setup, and if you just dodge some of them, it has to wait a longer time. So the Yasai is insanely good, but doesn't compare to some of the other classes. So I will just leave it as top tier A tier. Just know that this class is from the Yasai upwards at top tier A tier. They are all amazing. They have the capability to be S tier. So yeah, let's move to the final class. The Elementalist right now, right here, ranks as the number 1. It is overpowered. Now remember, the Shadow Fencer can kill you in 10 seconds. The Elementalist can defeat someone who is even close to even a million or 2 million. Not 2 million, let's just say a million. A million rating. I don't want to exaggerate too much. It's possible, but I don't want to say that. So the Elementalist is so broken that it can defeat an opponent that is a million rating stronger than it in less than 20 seconds. This class is that strong, and if it has its setup and everything right, it can literally one shot kill you. If you are the same rating, you probably die. You can be defeated by this class in about 5 seconds or so, which is a lot faster than the Shadow Fencer. 5 seconds you can be killed, and even if you last longer than that, if you are tanky as the Blademaster and stuff, with all the stun, the controls and everything it has, it does have its own crazy shield that can last for I think 2 seconds. It has the shield, it has the ability to remove stun, it has so many things, but the main problem with this class is the damage. The damage is just literally off the skills. For it to be higher than the Shadow Fencer, and I said the Shadow Fencer has the highest attack and the highest speed, you should know that this class is broken. For everything right now, this is broken, and it's very difficult for any class at all to defeat the Elementalist. So right here, right now, the Elementalist is top tier, the number 1 class in the game, the main meta of the game as of March 2024. I hope this class gets nerfed to oblivion. I hope the Shadow Fencer also gets nerfed, so that everyone can enjoy the Reaper. I'm kidding, but for real, this class is ridiculous. Now the Reaper has been nerfed and buffed and nerfed, but it is balanced because the Reaper is literally skill based. So is the Assassin. Now keep in mind, this is just based on current meta and how things are in the game, and this can change anytime, especially if the classes are properly nerfed and revisited, especially the old classes. I mean, look at the Phantom Sound and Soul Dancer, two of the most fun classes to use, are ranked lowest because they are not really that usable in the current meta. They're not really that usable, they're just dumped here. I don't even remember the last time I faced a fighter in arena. I don't know if this still exists. So yeah, anyway guys, this has been the tier list for May 2024, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Now I know you might have some things to add, and so just drop them down in the comment section. I really love them. I'll respond to you if needed or make a video if necessary. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to leave a like, subscribe to the channel for more content, and if you want to pick a class, if you are still thinking about what class you should pick, if you are below the level 90s, pick a class that you enjoy the most. If you are free to play, you can love Soul Dancer, just move around with it. It will help you rank a lot higher in battlegrounds. But if you want to enjoy PvP or you are competitive, go with the Blademaster. Then if you are above the level 60s or so, level 70s, you've unlocked classes like the Reaper and the Fighter. Then definitely if you are free to play, straight up go for the Reaper. This will help you till the current stage of the game I'm at, which is the level 1, I think 90s. Yeah, I almost forgot my level. So yeah, the Reaper is free to play friendly. If you're looking for the most free to play friendly classes in Dragon Raja, number 1, the Reaper is up there in the list. Number 2 is the Assassin, ranking right next to the Reaper. So you can use these two classes if you want to survive longer or you want to be a little more competitive and stuff, especially for PvP. Then if you want to go for PvE, then you have the Visioneer, this is for PvE, and the Elementalist, and this is for PvE. And then you have the Shadow Fencer for things like Dragon Slayer and stuff. So 1, 2, 3 Dragon Slayer, they help you a lot. You can also go with the Illusionist, but the damage doesn't compare as much as some of the other ones on this list. So anyway, that's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you all in the next one. Take it easy, guys.